think a lot depends on the map pool and then also the civ choices. And the thing about Gamer Legion is that typically they are pretty consistent with solid picks. But I heavily disagree with going Bengalis here. I don't think it makes any sense.
So what are they doing? Like they get +2 villagers advancing to the next age, right? So technically, if you play Fast Castle, you get +4. Chinese has +3, but they have them for way longer.
I'm in, by the way. I didn't realize it had started already.
Okay.
Just catching up.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, so you get +2 vills, and then, you know, the unique unit is interesting. I would love to see the Ratha. So I think Doubt is doing this for fun to test, but that is not. I guarantee you, he did not test this. You know, he's testing it in action.
Oh, you're guaranteeing it to me. Okay.
Listen, Doubt is someone who has prepared for events, and I'm sure does. But I think for something like this, he probably just shows up and decides on what to do. And that would probably be the same for every other team, to be honest.
It's actually not true. I actually am really surprised how much people prepared. Even like 3 days before they played, people already said like enemy archipelago looks weird. Look at that, frontline is not really having fixed position. Plus, obviously Jordan is a man with a lot of free time. He actually pushed a lot of like preparation in GL's corner as well.
You played practice games on these maps?
I don't think practice games per se, but like lots of like thought went into the civs distribution. And I know that the same happened for baguettes.
Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like that's the minimum barrier of entry for any tournament you play in. Just look at the maps, you know, and talk about civs. But I don't know how in-depth the conversation was. So you're telling me if there was conversation... Wait. So if there was conversation about the civs, you're basically implying that Gamer Legion agreed that going Bengalis, a Regicide Fortress, is good?
I am very sure that they made this decision together, yeah.
Ooh.
Like Jordan, Tato, Doubt. Not sure if Slam was awake.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So Doubt's going to get +2 villagers, which will actually put him even with the Chinese when he arrives to Feudal.
Should put him one behind.
And then...
He should be 3 behind.
Oh, yeah, he should be. Sorry, excuse me. And then he's going to be... I just looked at the number and was deceived. And then he'll be 1 ahead, in theory. But then there's other factors, like how fast the TC comes up for Hera. But 1v1 Regicide Fortress it has a lot to do with map control. And I'm looking at Doubt's base, and this Doubt's base is awful with those golds.
Mm-hmm. All 3 to the front. Chinese are so good at punishing this, right? They can be up pretty early. 4 on gold also for Hera, so really indicating that he wants to go for Chukanus.
Mm-hmm. Which I think we'll see more than we did in the team games. A 1v1, investing into those Chukanu a bit earlier is, I think, more important. Whereas in the team games, there's a lot of booming up to post-imp. There can be a lot of early imp pushes here with... you know, fast trebuchets and things like that. And Hera, he's got his build down. This is nothing too crazy. Should see this from everyone who plays Chinese. And Doubt trying to break the meta a little bit. And he's gone for the Bengalis here. An untested civilization, at least. So I thought.
Yeah. Well, I also don't think that he played like 3 Bengalis boom games against Chinese to really figure it out. Yeah. I think it's a lot of like him figuring it out in his head, which I think would not have happened if like they were more preparation, if there was more prize money on the line.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe if things were closer as well, right? Because Suomi still pretty far ahead and in a really good position.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I think that Bengalis is something that they were probably like, yeah, let's try it, because they have confidence that neither team is going to get a 5-0 here. And you said, you know, why not? And it's not like having Chinese available for the remaining games is necessarily bad. So we'll have to see. I could see Chinese on Land Madness being okay.
Nice team bonus.
Yeah, I could see maybe they go Chinese there in that 4v4.
Still, like Ethiopians, Britons, Mayans should still be better as flanks.
So will we see the Ratha? I'm trying to think of the cost here. I think it's 60 wood.
60 gold is what I remember. Okay. That could be off as well.
Hera's map is really solid compared to Doubt's. Those golds for Doubt are just screaming pressure of some kind with Chukanu and a castle drop. And here it goes,
And
Monastery
Monastery.
TC.
Ooh. Okay. I would have thought he's a person to go double Townsend and only then Monastery.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that as well, but he might have a lot of confidence in this matchup and maybe feels like he can get away with it. Doubt goes for the TCs immediately, and now Doubt has a slight Vill lead.
And both of them would. He's not building the town center. I would have expected a town center next to the woodline and the gold here.
Yeah,
would have
same.
had 2 reasonable spots to protect that area. But maybe also feared like Jukunu Mangnul push could be lethal. So didn't want to go for it. But I'm surprised by this.
I think Doubt's going to have TC idle time. I could be wrong at judging this, but he went for the wood and the farm upgrade, and obviously there's going to be some payoff once he gets the farms rolling, but it doesn't look like he has the wood to add more farms right now, and he could struggle a little bit, like maybe 30 seconds to a minute of TC idle time. He can't get the farm number rolling.
He just bought the last remaining 100 food. You go and try to buy some at the start, and then you can basically keep your TCs
Ease your
running.
way through it.
Then try to get to the 18 farms as quickly as possible, and then your eco should be saved.
So he's going heavy wood food eco for sure. He's not making any unique units. He's not thinking about getting relics. And Hera is just now adding TC number 3. So eco and tech lead for Doubt. Obviously with the Chinese though, they're going to have those Chukunu. Hera's already making a few of those, and he's going to probably move out across the map. And I'll be curious to know if he sees the main gold. If he sees the main gold, I think that could change your whole approach, right? Like, you've seen the main gold, and you know that Doubt's just on wood with his TCs, you might even go Siege Workshop, but he doesn't see it.
But he didn't. Yeah, main gold spot still unscouted. Only sees the 2 at the front. Overall, pretty solid scouting by him, though, and should potentially even get all 5 relics because Doubt is not interested in that.
Yeah. Also, do you feel the Chinese are better in the late game or the Bengalis? Obviously,
I don't
very
know
hard
about
to know.
Bengalis enough.
Yeah.
I don't know about them. I also have not seen Rathas in numbers bigger than 10 to perform.
I like Rathas for, I think someone like John Slow is going to absolutely love the Bengalis. If you go, 2 TC boom behind the unique unit for some map control into forward castle, faster imp, that's where the Rathas seem to shine. I don't know if the Rathas are really the strongest if we get to post-imp situations. It feels like a timing thing. And it is cool. I really like the concept of the unit, how you can switch between melee and ranged. That's really cool for me. But again, it's from what I've seen, they still kind of get full countered by skirms, regardless of what they're classified as, and that could be a concern.
Okay, Monks now going out. Doubt gets the idea. Okay, relics are disappearing. And actually a bit surprised that we only have 1 relic in so far for Hera.
True.
And Hera only 3 villagers behind.
Yeah, 3 villagers behind, has the cheaper technologies. We don't know 100% with the Bengalis. We don't necessarily have everything memorized yet, but we know the Chinese can basically do anything. And not only can they do anything, their standard units, not only do they have the cheaper techs, not only did they start with the additional villagers, but they got the Chukunu. And the Chukunu are very, very strong off Regicide Fortress starts.
Yeah. It gives us some control, but I think if you switch those Rathas into the Knight form, they can easily clear up small numbers of Chukunus. And remember, Bengalis, they could play a relatively fast imp at a 4th TC, and all of a sudden they reach imp and get 8 additional villagers.
True, yep. Just what are you going to make, I guess, is the question.
Elephant archers.
Full elephant archers? Do the Bengali elephant archers attack faster?
I don't know. I will look that up.
Can you check? Because all these bonuses conflict in my mind.
Bengalis are the ones. Elephant units receive 25% less bonus damage. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, that is
Ships
irrelevant.
are irrelevant. Trade is irrelevant. Villagers take 10% less pop space, the imp upgrade.
And is the other one
and Rathas and elephant unit attacks 20% faster. So castle age upgrade makes them attack 20% faster.
I mean, I feel like Halberdier Ram would counter Elephant Archer alone, but Hera might play into Chukunu. And if he plays into Chukunu and Elephant Archers come out, I could see that being interesting for Doubt. And here he is, by the way. He should kill the Monk. And wow, okay, that Ratha wanted to switch sides right away. And Doubt's
I
going to
think
chase
the
this
Ratha
down.
could have gone Knight form and tried to fight against the other Rathas. There was still Archer form.
Scout goes down for Doubt. Hera looking good. I mean, Hera's going to have, what, 4 relics? And his economy is on par with Doubt. And both players looking up towards Imp. Doubt did add a 4th TC, by the way.
That's pretty sick. So once you go into the big boom, now 2nd gold upgrade even. Pretty damn crazy. Doubt heavily had in eco upgrades then. He is right now, Wheelbarrow will be even pretty soon, but there's 1 farm upgrade ahead. Potentially 2 gold upgrades.
The way Doubt booms is just so... I feel like the word unique actually describes it perfectly. I think he is a bit greedy and will add a 4th town center, sometimes a 5th where others won't. And he must be happy that his golds have not been really pressured or anything like that. And Hera, I mean, okay, we know that Doubt doesn't know 100% that these Rathas are going to dominate, but I bet you Hera is in the same boat. He's like, I think Chukunu should work here. So that's what he's continuing to make. It makes sense. He's had the castle. He invested into some upgrades. He's getting ballistics now. Both players on the way to the Imperial Age.
Stable now. Could be for Bloodlines. Could be for Husbandry. Villagers out there. Feels like he builds the 2nd castle outside to protect his gold.
Yeah, so I forget if the Bengalis get Bombard Cannon even. It's tricky. We're going to have to get there. But that could be a difference maker here. If you can get Bombard Cannon... And Chinese do not get Bomber Cannon. That's one of the things that they lack. Could be an interesting little hold for Doubt. But you don't want to hold too long because you don't have the relics. Hera somehow got into Doubt's base with the Scout, by the way. The Ratha knew the way in, and he let the Scout know.
Gets a good idea. Knows about 4 TC, so he knows that Doubt's eco is going to be absolutely mad. Once he reaches Imp, as we mentioned earlier, plus 8 villagers there. So Doubt kind of can't even start like stopping his boom in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he sees that there's no ballistics yet. He also sees that fletching just came in. So there is a world where he gets a little confused as to what Doubt's going to commit to. Because if I didn't see ballistics there, I'd think, maybe he's going to go for like the melee upgrades instead of the ranged upgrades.
Doubt didn't finish the castle.
Who? What? Oh, Doubt?
Doubt's the castle at the front. It is a true unfinished Doubt castle.
Doubt. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, so he's committing to the ranged Rathas. Now, I remember the Pierce armor on the unit's not that great, regardless of whether it's melee or range. But I'm really pumped. I know, like, competitively, this could be bad. There's a chance that it's bad for Gamer Legion's chances or whatever for the whole series as Doubt loses Rathas. But I'm just happy to see it, you know? And Doubt was well, he is one of my go-to guys anytime there's new civilization. He's quick to make jokes about how I always try and steal his games for YouTube and all that. Because he's real good at testing this stuff. So let's go. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Look at his
goes
count.
for Bracer. He needs to go for quite some upgrades. And look at that. This is a tech tree
tech
pause.
Tree pause.
Guaranteed.
Now, is it a tech tree pause for Doubt or Hera? I would say Hera.
It's by Hera for Doubt Civilization.
Yeah, for sure.
He's checking Bombard Cannon. He's checking SO. He's checking, like, what can Rathas actually do?
Yep. And it makes sense. It definitely is less alarming than pausing to check the tech tree with, what was it, Turks?
Yeah, Turks.
He was like...
He picked himself.
Yeah, he picked a civ, was in a tournament final, and paused to check the tech tree.
No.
So that was plus 8 Vils, right? Plus 8 Vils when Doubt made it to Imp. Getting ballistics, we'll get chemistry. And yep, there's the sorry go from Hera. He was definitely checking the tech tree. I feel like I would have checked it earlier. Like I would have checked it like 10 minutes ago, but he's already decided he wanted to go for Chukunu anyways. So now he's thinking maybe he needs camels or something because he's going for the stables.
Yeah, interesting switch. And Doubt, he could go for Halberdiers in front of that. Could be the right answer. And no more Chukunu in production.
Is it Gurjaras that don't even get pikemen? One of the new civs don't get pikemen.
I think one of the civs doesn't even get... Yeah, it doesn't even get pikemen, yeah. Not in Halberdiers, yeah.
I think it's Gurjaras.
Gujaras might make sense. Yeah, I think so.
I just don't have faith in these Rathas. Stat-wise, is just not as exciting as the Chukunu. Actually, the HP is maybe something that I'm not thinking of here. You think of the HP of a Camel Archer, a Mangadai, all those strong units. It is not 125, I can tell you that much.
And that's not even the elite form.
Yeah. And I mean, the cost is way less than a War Wagon. War Wagons, of course, have tons of tankiness to them. But the Rathas are more mobile. The Rathas are cheaper. And as you said, we haven't seen elite yet.
You can't counter them with skirms, right? Because if you close down the distance, they can easily transform into the knight form.
According to Spirit of the Law test, skirms do wreck them, though, regardless of their form.
The knights?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's
They're still
according to
bonus damage?
That's I think it's due to their class or something.
Oh, are they staying with their Cuff Archer class?
Maybe that's the case.
Oh. That doesn't excite me that much then.
Yeah, me either. Like, I think it's primarily a ranged unit that you can switch to melee if you want to be fancy.
Look at Doubt's castle placement. Like 3 in a line, full map control here.
Yeah, also...
And he controls both extra gold spots with
and
that.
the stones, too, Nilly. He's going to have the stone underneath the castle on the right and the stone in the corner now.
Ooh,
this is something special. We get to see a fully boomed Ratha army versus a fully boomed Chukunu army. And it's not just going to be Chukunu for Hera. He's going to go light cav as well, which does fall in line with what you typically see in Age of Empires 2. Normally see one big gold unit combined with a trash unit, but Out says screw that. But still no elite Ratha.
But should have the resources any second now. Castle under attack, tries to defend with traps. What a good timing by Doubt. How he got them out in perfect time, this trap for defense.
Hey, there he goes. Now, elite Ratha cost some wood, nearly, so it took him some time. Kind of slowed his production. But yeah, he got Parthian, he got Thumb Ring, he has chemistry. I don't think there's any upgrades that he's going to be missing. 125 HP with 5 base attack for now. And here we go. We also see pikes. Not pikes. They don't get... Or sorry, not the pike, the unit, the unique tech.
That's for armored elephants. He wants to have some faster attacking rams.
He's going to lose his castle if he's not careful. Here he goes. He's going to fight. 135 HP, 6 attack. Let's see how the Chukunu do. This is a big fight. Hera's got a meat shield here. Is the meat shield going to be enough? Here come the elephants. These chonkers are on the way. Hera's army composition seems to be holding right now, Nilly.
Is it though? Looks like the Rathas are moving in, but only 23 left. Chukunu still 35. The light cav died, and the Rams not really helping out.
And he switched to the melee, so now he's got a melee meat shield. And Hera, he's hoping that he could take out this castle, but he's got to pack up the trebs.
Let's go, Doubt!
Wow. And hey, I doubted. I'm not sure how many other people doubted, but this is sick. And the Chukunu, I mean, this is an established, dominant civilization for this type of spot. And Doubt getting his upgrades now, which he probably should have had a bit earlier. Hera still holding, though. Plenty of production of Chukunu, and remember, has 3 relics. How does he only have 3?
Yeah, that's what we questioned ourselves for quite some time. Maybe the map only spawned with 4?
Maybe, yeah. Hera selling stone? According to what I've just seen there, to get more golds.
Sick. Hera also without rocketry. So
Ooh,
not
that's
enough villagers
huge.
on wood there. Yeah, and also not having all the armor upgrades. So you were hyping it up as like fully upgraded armies.
Yeah, true.
Hera's still lacking 3 upgrades.
And like 3 big upgrades, too. Like, rocketry is arguably more important than elite Chukunu. Based on the effect that it has. Obviously, you want both, but... Doubt's got 143 villagers. He's going for the siege elephants. And he's going to go for the kill here, too. He's going for a castle that tells me that he wants to break into Hera's base and go for it. And Doubt could steal those relics, too, Nilly. Hera could lose that monastery easily, as right now he gets rocketry.
Light cav raid at the side. Pretty nice. We now see, rocketry, as you said. Did we see the Imp Elite upgrade for Doubt yet?
The Imp Elite upgrade? You're going to have to...
It's the castle upgrade.
We saw the castle upgrade pikes. But I think
Castle Age upgrade. The imp upgrade is reducing the pop space. So basically, it gives you plus 14 population in Doubt's case.
I don't think we saw that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the other one, which increases the elephant attack speed, correct? So that would affect his siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be huge because he's got a lot of units. He's got 15 units in queue right now. Now, Chukunu, if we were to compare Chukunu to against siege rams, Chukunu has always been really good against siege. So I feel like these elephants should also go down, but Doubt's got the trebs ready as well. Chukunu are taking them out pretty quickly here. Doubt's going. He's going in. He's going in. Is this going to work?
No light cav in front. Chukunu number's only at 30. Ratha number around 50.
These things are actually insane. These things are actually insane. Oh my god. And now if Hera starts to lose his castles, I mean, the Chukunu's already not working, right? And look at Doubt. He switches these Rathas to melee so he can charge in to take out the trebs. He will lose the castle, unfortunately, but what a position he's taken here.
He's killing all the Chukunus. Chukunus numbers down to 20. Only 2 castles left. Light Cav is the only unit that he's really going for right now.
Oh, God, I regret everything I said the first 10 minutes of this cast. Doubt is making this look so good. You know, it's a new civilization. Doubt, he trusted it. And how did we not trust him? I know some people did. I was unconvinced, Nilly, but this unit's actually bonkers.
7 pierce armor after getting all the upgrades. Simply pretty crazy against Chukunu here. And all the HP just so much better than your average Cav Archer. And Doubt in full control also with pikes, allowing him to attack 20% faster. The damage output is just unreal.
Wow. And the GG is called. Hera taps out. Doubt makes it happen. Now, this game was incredible. We should mention that for how this whole series works, both teams are aiming for a 4-1 or a 5-0, and they can't reuse civilizations. So when we looked at Bengalis, like, we were like, well, this is a risk. Because if you lose here and you didn't pick Chinese, you could have some, you could really regret it. And Doubt has made it look good. And now I'm thinking, what on earth should Hera have done to stop that?
Skirms. It's probably what we said, right?
Yep.
CA, they are Cav Archer class, so Skirms doing quite some extra bonus damage there. Maybe squeezed 10 in. Could have helped more than the light Cav that he added.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see Skirms. The light Cav move felt like a Hera decision because he likes to do that, but it didn't feel helpful for the situation. I would have loved to even see something like Siege Rams, you know, some type of meat shield. I haven't seen Rathas against the Siege. I imagine they probably tickle the Siege, similar to what a lot of Archer units do if they don't have a bonus against the Siege. But man, Doubt utilized his bonuses, getting the +2 villagers when arriving to each age. Had a nice little boom going. He even gave up the relics nearly. Ends the game with 10,000 army value, and he had a 2-to-1 KD, which obviously would have gotten even greater if Hera didn't tap out there.
And we're just confirming there were only 4 relics on this one as well. So not sure if that changed any of the strategy, but a bit unfortunate for the one that had more map control, which was Hera.
Yeah. I mean, certainly, but it ended so fast in early imp, I question whether or not that would have made a big difference there, you know? Like, he ended the game with 500 gold. There's no real indication he was going to use his gold for anything but the Chukunu, and that is because that has been tried and tested. Hey, listen, I welcome the fact we see Regicide Fortress pretty rarely in 1v1 tournaments, but I really welcome the fact that there's another civilization that can compete now, right? Like, there's such a small list of civilizations we've seen picked on this map, so if Bengalis joins the list now, I'm happy for that for the future, but holy cow, that was like my first real look at Elite Rathas in mass. Competitive Age of Empires 2.
Yeah. And they looked strong. The how many arrows they put in the air, just crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the tankiness of it. Like, I was thinking about the stat of the attack and the fact they get countered by skirms, which we didn't really see. But if you don't have skirms, so you're not utilizing bonus damage, the unit's got 7 pierce armor. The melee armor is also very solid as well, and he didn't even get his full melee upgrades yet. So, I mean,
I think he did. It's only Cav Archer upgrades.
No, I thought the blacksmith upgrades for the cav applied to this as well.
I thought Cav Archer upgrades apply.
Ooh, that's tricky, right? Because I know like getting all the attack upgrades apply to the melee attack.
Oh.
So I'm actually uncertain now. I'm questioning myself.
Melee attack applies, armor only for archers, is what my chat is saying.
I believe that. That makes more sense, especially seeing his 6 melee armor right now. That would be a ton of melee armor. So, but yeah, anyways, a great game there, Nilly. I'm really happy we saw that. Well played to doubt. That's what testing new civilizations is all about right there. Let's go.